Hi everyone, Brian here again. Good to see you. Thank you very much for returning to my channel. I hope you're well. And I'm continuing here in this video to address a couple of questions I've had about the workshop that I'm running next week. The workshop is Tarot Coach Session Success, and in it I'm going to be teaching people how to structure and run a really effective tarot coaching session, one that takes either themselves or their clients, if they read for somebody else, from inspired insights to real results, using a coaching framework and the cards, the tarot cards, as a tool within that framework. So I'm very excited about it, and we spoke in the last video about why somebody might want to be a tarot coach, and how I think it's just this amazing kind of combination of modalities that delivers outstandingly exponential results. So the other question that I'm being asked about the workshop, a couple of you have asked, is why am I training tarot coaches? Why do I want to do it? And it's a really good question because, as I explained in the last video, I'm doing the workshop partly because I put out feelers. I had this idea that it might be fun to run a workshop on how to run a successful tarot coaching session, and I got a great response, and so I'm doing it, and it's happening. And why do I want to teach people how to be tarot coaches? Well, really it's because, you know, I have coached for 12 years professionally, and I have trained coaches, and I have run workshops on coaching, all kinds of different things relating to coaching training. I've read tarot for 30 years. This year is my 30th anniversary as a tarot reader, actually. The reason I want to teach people how to be tarot coaches is I actually worry about standard coaching programs. And as I say, I speak as somebody who's been through several standard coaching programs, and also as somebody who has taught on several standard coaching programs. But I worry about them because there are three broad problems I see with them, and I want to address those problems in this video. And I think tarot coaching largely solves these problems, actually. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about it. So the first problem I see is that there's a group of coaching programs out there that take what I call the clinical approach to coaching, the clinical model of coaching. So it's a very common model when coaching was new. It's a model I was trained in. And it really kind of takes this clinical approach where, you know, you're taught that you never ask a client about their past, because we're not therapists, we're coaches, and you never give advice to a client because, you know, we're not mentors, we're coaches, and clients have got to find their own answers from inside themselves. And you know, the thing is, I don't disagree with any of that. I think that is actually that makes good sense. We're not mentors, we're not therapists, but that's not to say that coaching can't be therapeutic. And here's the thing, it's true that coaching shouldn't be about analysing the past, but if you want to move forward in life, very often one of the things that can be a block to our progress, there's all kinds of obstacles that can come up, and we address these obstacles in coaching, and some of those obstacles can come from perspectives on our past, or perspective that we've developed in our past. And if we completely ignore all of that in a coaching context, we often cut off some of the opportunities for making progress. Also, when it comes to advice, of course you don't want to be telling people what to do, but if you see a client about to blunder towards a cliff edge, or rummaging around in the dark when there's a light switch right next to them, of course you're going to tell them, you're going to help them, you're going to point out to them that here's something you might want to try. And there are ways of doing it that don't take away the client's agency, that don't impose your own perspective as the coach. There are different ways of doing it, and the clinical model of coaching tends to bypass all of that and tends to insist that those things aren't valid, when actually skilled coaches know how to employ those approaches in ways that are ethical and genuinely helpful. So that's one of the issues with the clinical model, very restrictive. The other coaching model that you see out there very often is what I call I kind of think of it as the capitalist model. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with capitalism in its place, but this kind of capitalist model is very focused on tangible, real world, measurable, often quantifiable, usually financially quantifiable results. and outcomes, both for the coach and for the client. So these are the coaching programs that you see advertised with all kinds of marketing slogans like, become a 6-figure coach in 3 months, make your first million as a high-ticket coach, and all that kind of stuff. Now, nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being well paid in the coaching industry, so I don't object to that at all. But the emphasis on financial results, I think, sometimes is at the expense of teaching people good coaching skills, the skills that will help them get really good results for their clients. And there's another side to this capitalist model, is that the emphasis for the client is often the expectation that clients want tangible, real-world, measurable, quantifiable, often financially quantifiable results. And coaches in this area are often taught to speak to clients from the perspective of wanting to move forward in one of the three big areas, the big 3 areas of improvement: health, wealth, and relationships. And again, there is nothing wrong with wanting to have more health or better health, nothing wrong with wanting to increase your wealth. There's certainly nothing wrong with wanting to have good relationships, particularly if you want to have good relationship with yourself, which is the one that all other relationships spring from. So there's nothing wrong with any of that. But what that model sometimes misses, I think, is that there's something behind all of that. There's a reason that people want more wealth. There's a reason that people want better health. There's a reason that people want better relationships. And it's what they want, what's on the other side of that. And there are different names for it. Peace, contentment, fulfillment, happiness. So I think that is more intrinsic to what's important to a human being. It speaks to a deeper level. And that's something that tarot coaching can definitely touch, definitely help people get in touch with. The other third reason is, and I see lots of coaches and actually lots of tarot readers falling foul of this, and it's what I call the split focus problem. And the way that works is that the coaching model tends to be quite matter of fact, quite transactional, quite step-by-step, outcomes-driven, results-oriented, about getting a client to step-by-step planning to move forward in their lives and to get something as a result of the coaching relationship. And it often leaves intuition out. And yet, the very best coaches, including coaches who have never picked up a tarot card in their life and never would pick up a tarot card in their life, are intuitive. The very best coaches I've ever encountered are the ones that have got that intuitive sense about them that helps them tap into what the client really needs to address and move forward with. So that emphasis on coaching without the intuition can be a problem. It leaves a great deal of the picture out. On the other hand, you also have tarot readers. There are many tarot readers who kind of overemphasize, I think, the mystical, mysterious, special power element of tarot, and they almost kind of I'm not saying that some tarot readers don't have some quite pronounced intuitive abilities, but some will almost hide behind that as though it's a kind of a special power that the client doesn't have access to, and so they have this air of mystique about them, and it leaves out the fact that tarot reading also can be results driven. And the very best tarot readers I've encountered are the ones that support a client to leave a reading with some clear, tangible ideas for moving forward, a sense of agency, a sense of power in their own lives, a sense that they can actually contribute to the unfolding of their own life, making decisions about their own life that will move them forward, even if the decision is to just be and wait and see what unfolds. So the very best tarot readers help a client rest in that power. And I would argue that the weakest tarot readers are the ones that try and keep the power to themselves. And again, tarot coaching brings both those perspectives together. So for me, tarot coaching addresses all 3 of these big issues. It resolves that split focus issue. It moves people away from just this purely clinical, unintuitive issue. And it also moves them away from that kind of capitalist issue where you're focused just on the ephemeral, temporal, but real world results, and actually focuses us on deeper intrinsic results that lie at the heart of every human being, and tarot coaching is a great way of tapping into those results as well. So that's why I teach tarot coaches. I want people out there who are helping people to bring all of themselves together and to unfold all of themselves in their fullest potential so that they can be totally and completely fulfilled. And tarot coaching, for my money, is one of the very best ways of doing that, because it brings together that left brain and right brain approach to the coaching relationship. And you know, as I say, the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. So if you're interested in tarot coaching, the reason I have made this video is that if you're interested in tarot coaching, there is still time to join Tarot Coach Session Success. There is the URL on the board, bit.ly/BCC Tarot. And when you sign up, you can choose which of the 2 workshops you want to attend live. You can attend them both if you like. One is happening on Wednesday of next week, one is happening on Friday. And whenever you attend, or even if you can't attend the live workshops, if you buy a ticket, you will have access to the replay and all the bonuses. And speaking of the bonuses, I will talk about those in another video. So until then, or until the next time I see you on this channel or in the workshop, take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye.